what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode here on the INDUOGAMEPRESS. This is episode 9, boys. It's I, Robert. Joining me today is Nicholas Rodriguez. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
So this week, not much came out. We're going to be talking about a couple things here. One of them is going to be on the Pokémon NX rumors.
Yep.
And one's going to be more of a personal topic on our favorite multiplayer memories and stuff like that, favorite multiplayer games. But anyways, to start things off, what you been up to, Nico? What you been playing?
Sure. League of Legends.
League of Legends, dude.
Yeah, so
That's all you play, man.
Oh, yeah. This last Saturday, man, I literally just played it the whole entire day. Like, 12 hours straight. But yeah, they released a new, I don't know if anybody on the viewers will know, but it's a mode called Earth mode, and it's like you have unlimited power, so you can just, like, blow up everything up. It's so fun. But yeah, I've been playing that, and then, let me see. I did get back into Metal Gear Solid 5. Is it 5, the new one?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
nice.
okay.
On the PS4?
Yeah, I started
Cool.
getting into that one.
Start all over again, or no? You just jump back onto a save that you had?
Well, because you remember we had the Xbox 360 version, and I played it on there, and then we got on the PS4 later on, so I was only like a little bit far. I was only like 3% in the PS4, so it's sort of the beginning, but yeah, it's sort of the beginning.
You at least skip that long intro, or what?
Yeah, but it's really, that game is a really good game, like in
Dude,
technical and all that. That's really good. I love it.
Fantastic game.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Dude, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5. I can't wait for when they come out with the Definitive X or Definitive Edition. When that comes out, we'll be doing a Let's Play here on Into a Gaming. But for me, let's see. We did do that Rocket League Rumble recently. That was fun. Other than that, haven't been playing much. Just a little bit of Call of Duty here. Was playing a little bit of The Last of Us multiplayer again. Love the multiplayer in that game. I think it's phenomenal, dude.
I don't know why you love it so much.
I don't know why.
I mean, it's good. It's just not like, dang.
I mean, it's not any kind of. It's not Call of Duty, but for some reason, what was grabbing me the most about it was how, like, the sound effects that they use in that game is so awesome. Like when the dude brings out his another round of bullets and he puts it into his gun, like just the noise and everything, like makes my heart like just keep running. But anyways, other than that, another game that I played is there's that big deal that was going on with GameStop. It's already ended by the time you guys already watched this. But I traded in a couple of games. I got myself the Division for the first time.
Yep.
Jumped right into it. I'm loving it. You guys will be seeing a video of that this week. If you're already watching this video, that video is already up. But we're jumping into that. It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
I mean, I guess I have to play some more and just customize my character, optimize them some more to make it even more fun. But it's really, really good.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Is there a lot of like glitches in it? Like everyone's saying, like messed up stuff.
So one thing that I did notice, there's a lot of pop-ins, man.
Okay.
A lot of pop-ins. There's like different things on the face, and then like the texture pops in, and that's it. But I mean, it is what it is, and it kind of takes you a little bit of the, like, you're playing it, then you see the pop-in, it's like, oh well, I forgot I'm playing a game. Yeah. But it's whatever. It's good.
Yeah.
Cool. But anyways, yeah. To start right in, let's go right into the first topic. Nicholas is going to start off. His topic is Nintendo NX. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So this week, I think it was the CEO, right, that said the Pokemon games are for sure going to be confirmed for the NX, so they're going to be developing games on that.
Yeah, he's a Pokemon company executive.
Yeah. And so we know now that there has been a couple of Pokemon games on consoles, such as Pokemon Snap, and then Gale of Darkness.
Yeah.
And then there was the Pikachu World one or something like that, based off of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've had a few of those, and now we're getting one for the NX. Was there one for the Wii U? Do you know?
Let's see. Wasn't there that Pokemon kind of like a Street Fighter-esque kind of game where it was like a fighting game?
It was.
I forgot the name of it, but there's that one.
Yeah,
Pokemon Battle. Pokken. There we go. Yeah, there we go, dude.
That was really good.
It actually was, dude. That game was pretty tight.
Yeah, if I had the Wii U, I would totally buy that game. And so now we're getting one for the newest console, the NX. And I just noticed that they've been making one every year. I didn't even notice that for a console. So, yeah, we're having a new one. So, first off, what do you think about this?
So, So let me just read what the guy says. His name is Sunekazu Ishihara from Pokemon Company. This is what he said, and this is an article from Polygon. You guys can go check it out there. It says the NX is trying to change the concept of what it means to be a home console device or a handheld device. We will make games for NX, period. That's it. That's all he said. So this is what I'm thinking. And the NX is going to be out for purchase, out for buy, March 2017. So what I think is going to happen is Pokemon Sun and Moon comes out November 18th. March is about 4 months after that. What I think is going to be, and I heard someone talk about this, and I think it was from NVC, the Nintendo voice chat from IGN. Some of the guys talked about it, and I really liked what he said. He said that there'll be Pokemon Sun and Moon, and what he thinks is for the console, there might be like a game like Pokemon Stars. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the third game.
Wait, Stars?
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
just just a name
Okay.
that he threw out. But something to where the graphics are high def, better, but it's connected to the DS. And so we have it's said that the NX can play cartridges. So, and you tell me what you think, but I think that the NX is going to be able to play 3DS games. I think it's going to be capable of doing that because as what they're saying, it's that crossover of the home console and the handheld device. So I think the NX is going to be the next home console for Nintendo, and it's also going to be the next handheld for Nintendo. So I think what you're going to get is you're going to get Pokemon Stars, and it's going to work the same way that Smash Bros. Worked with the NX and the 3DS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be the exact same kind of way. And I think that Smash Bros. Game was kind of like their foot in the wire to see is this something that can really work? And I think it worked. And so I think this is what it's going to be. What do you think?
I think it's sort of gonna be like what type of game I think it's gonna be is sort of a the Gale of Darkness was sort of a what do you call it? It's like 3D, right?
Yeah. Gale of Darkness was like, yeah.
Yeah. So and then there was pictures a couple of years ago of and I think you showed them to me where it's sort of like a 3D what do you call it? Like what do you call the Pokemon? A Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
And you would go in there, it's like all 3D. And I think it's going to be something like that, like a full Pokemon game, but for the console, which I think is a pretty good idea. We talked about it before in another podcast that to bring Pokemon back, because I feel like Pokemon is sort of like in the 3DS, like on the, not 3DS, but like the DS type of games. I feel like they're kind of like, for sure they're never, like I said before, they're not for sure not going to ever die. But I feel like they're sort of just going to gradually, like, not a lot of people are going to want to play them anymore. And
you think Pokemon games, people are not going to want to play them anymore
for the DS. And then when such as when Pokemon Go came out, I thought that was a really good move because it's something different than just the normal Pokemon games. And then Pokemon Tournament came out, which I'm starting to see that they're trying to bring out more different games than just the normal type 3DS, which is good.
Right.
That's what I want to see. So I think if they make a NX type of game where it's like 3D, I think that would be a really good move. And would you play that type of game?
So if I would play, I would be very happy if it was a full out Pokemon game on a nice console, dude, where the graphics are great and it's not. I mean, it's hard to say it's not a handheld because the NX is rumored to be a handheld. But you know what I'm saying? Like I can hook it up to my TV and play Pokemon on my TV. That's what I want. I don't want no Gale of Darkness. I don't want no Pokemon Snap. I don't want anything like that. I want something to where it's a full-fledged game. And I don't know if you've seen the video before. There is video of a Pokemon in like an Unreal Engine. I don't know if you've seen that. It's really cool to look at. And it's like Charmander and Squirtle and Bulbasaur. They're running through a field and it's like Unreal Engine 4 graphics to where, it looks like a lifelike. I don't think that's what it's going to be. And I think to get there, it's going to take us a while to get there. And obviously Pokemon, and no pun intended, has been an evolution of how the graphics have progressed over time. And seeing Pokemon Sun and Moon now is totally different than Pokemon Red and Blue. And it's totally different from Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Because just the way they move and the way that the animations are. And inside the new Sun and Moon, there's a Pokemon Snap kind of mode in it, to where you can go and take pictures of Pokemon while you're in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you walk stop, and then you can use your 3D camera and like take pictures of it. And it's like, what? Like it's opening up the realm of it to be even more.
Yeah.
So I think, and what I hope is you're not going to get no Final Fantasy 15 graphic Pokemon game on it yet, but I believe we're going to get something that's a lot more like the
DS game?
yeah, like the DS games,
okay.
just more up-res and maybe a little bit more features here and there, but
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, like you were saying, like for sure that's all in my opinion about the Pokemon gradually slowing down. But like I think it's just me because I remember when I used to play Pokemon, I played like 700 hours of each game, and I just like played way too much. So I was just like, all right, I gotta take a break for a while. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
But
See, yeah, keep going.
no, well that was it. What were we gonna say?
No, I mean, no, Pokemon games have always had like a strong place in my heart. I love
Yeah.
Pokemon games.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since I sold my 2DS, I haven't played it in a while again. I don't know why I sold that 2DS. Beautiful 2DS, man.
I told
but
you, man.
but yeah, I mean, I love Pokemon games, and seeing Pokemon Sun and Moon gives me this hype to want to get back into it again.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy to hear that there's a game that's planned for the NX. Now, they could be just saying, Pokken is coming back out HD for the NX. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping, and fingers crossed, I'm hoping that it's a full-fledged Pokemon game. That's all I want. That's all I care about. And that's what I'm hoping for, man.
So, since they said they're not just a game, but like games, like so it's not just gonna be one game. It's gonna be multiple. I'm sure. What other type of game would you want other than just like a DS type?
I think it would be cool to see if this has any kind of connectivity to the Pokemon games on like the DS and different things like that. What would be cool to see is another Pokemon Stadium game, a Pokemon Arena or something like that,
Stadium.
to where like you
Okay.
connect the games into this thing and then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and you can play like in a great graphic
Yeah.
kind of like arena kind of looking stuff.
I remember that game. You
yeah,
remember
but-
that game?
Yeah,
That's a good
dude.
game.
That was pretty good. That was a really good game. But I mean, if they do that, I mean, I'd be fine with that. Anything else, I guess it's fine. What I would be blown away is if they were to come out and be like, "Yo, here's Pokemon Red remastered, like a reboot from the bottom down." You know what I'm saying? Like the top down, and this is Pokemon Red for the NX. Bam! And it's like super cool graphics. That'd be super cool, man. Like if they were to
Yes.
just start fresh from right there on, that'd be really cool.
I guess I don't know, because since they already made a Red remaster for the Game Boy, and then they kind of brought it back for the DS and like the
Yeah.
Virtual Console.
Yeah, that's true.
So and then they're also they got into the remaster with the Alpha Sapphire. I think that's also why I have the idea of, in my opinion, that sort of that's slowly like dying out a little bit is because of remasters. So
Right.
I honestly don't want to see a remaster. I want to see something totally new. So yeah, the one game that I would like to see that's another different thing is probably like, as you were saying, like sort of like a Pokken tournament type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked Pokken Tournament, but I think because it wasn't a huge game, and I think why was because it was first made in like Japan, and then it came over here like 6 months later, and it didn't really have that much advertisement at all. It
Yeah.
had like a couple of certain places, but it wasn't as big because it was sort of already inside of Japan, so I don't think they really wanted to over here anymore. But yeah, something like that would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, do you have any last final thoughts on this topic?
It's a great idea. Can't wait for it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. I just can't wait to see what it is. Hopefully, it's a full-fledged game. But anyways, thanks, guys. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining us here on INDUOGAMEPRESS. This is Robert, joined with Nicholas, and we're ready for topic 2. And so my topic is going to be about our favorite multiplayer games and our favorite multiplayer memories. So one of them for me is Super Smash Bros. As kids, me and Nicholas, we grew up and our uncle gave us a Xbox, and this thing
Mm-hmm.
was straight up hacked. And there's emulators on it, and there were just tons and tons of games that should not be on an Xbox at all. But anyways, so on there was the original Smash Bros. And I remember we would play that game day and night, man. We would
Oh
be
yeah.
soaking it up and just trying to practice it over and over to make sure we got it down. And I remember clearly one of the things that we when I found out we can unlock characters, I was always using Falcon, and then you would use what was it, Fox
Oh
or
yeah.
Kirby? I forgot which one you use a lot.
Yeah, we always would switch back and forth until we found someone good, and then you found someone good against it, and then we'd just go back and forth till someone found someone good against it.
Dude,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
So after that, once that died, we finally got a new console, and it was the Wii. And we got Smash Bros. Brawl, and that's where most of my memories are. I remember us getting into Subspace Emissary, going all the way through that, dude, and multiplayer it up. It was fun, man. And not the greatest thing in the world, but dude, I loved it. I remember my characters for Smash Bros. Always being Ike. It was Snake, Sheik, and who else was it? And Meta Knight. There we go. Those were my four favorite characters, man. Loved those characters, dude.
Yeah.
That I remember Smash Bros. One of my favorite games of all times, and one that really keep dear to my heart.
And
dude,
that Super Smash Bros. Brawl was it had a really good story to it too,
Yeah.
which was really weird.
It
I wasn't expecting it to have that type of game to have a good campaign, but it was actually really good. I love that campaign.
yeah, it was good. I mean, it was some of the characters like Snake would not be in that universe,
Yeah.
but he was there. But
Yeah.
I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Sonic was there. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah.
But that's one for me. What's one for you?
I think probably my favorite game that I've ever played with you guys and would probably be Crash Bash.
Dude.
Yeah, it's called Crash Bash. I always call it Crash Bandicoot Crash Bash just because of that game.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that game I remember because when we had the PS1, that was was that our first console?
Yeah, that was I remember Brandon got that for his birthday.
Yeah, so that was our first console, and we would always play it all the time, day and night. Those were the good days, when you're a kid and you have the first console, you're just playing it all night and day.
Yeah.
And that game, the Crash Bash, would have really good levels, and then I remember we went to the last level, and it was just great, and the multiplayer in it was a terrible game, but it was a good game.
It was a Mario Party knockoff.
Yeah, practically, and it might be bad to other people because it was sort of just what do you call it, mini game sort of type of game.
Yeah.
But it was a really good game to us. I like that game a lot.
Dude, I remember that game. There's a morning where me and Brandon woke up, and the TV was in your room.
Yes.
And so I remember we woke up. It was 5:00 in the morning. Hooked that thing up, and me and him started playing. And I don't know if we asked Mom because back then we weren't really able to play that much games.
Yeah.
But I remember we hooked it up, and we were playing. It was early in the morning, and you were in bed, and then you just got up, and you were I don't know how old you were, dude. You were what, 6 or 7?
Yeah,
you just
probably.
got up, and you're what you guys doing? We're playing Crash Bash. And dude, you literally just got up, got to the edge of the bed, sat there, and we just started passing the controller around, dude. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Memories, man. Memories.
That's my favorite. Out of all the Crash memories, I remember that one the most. I remember I went to Monster and was because I was sort of did you tell the boys that they can play it? And I was what? And I remember waking up in your guys' room. I was what are you guys doing in my room playing Crash Bash? It was early, man. It was 4 or something like that. It was crazy.
Dude,
but yeah, I remember that. Those were the good days, man.
Yeah. Another one for me would have to be Star Wars Battlefront.
Yes.
And we didn't have it was on the same Xbox, and this Xbox had pre-games already downloaded into it. So Battlefront was one of them. Mm-hmm. And dude, I remember we would play that game all the time because we didn't really have any shooters. And the Xbox that we had didn't have Halo. And at that time, we never really went and bought games. So what we had on that console was what we played. And so I remember playing Battlefront, and we would treat that game as if it was we try to get the precision down and aim this high up, and boom, we get that boy. And then that game was great.
Yeah.
I love that game a lot. And I remember the map that I loved the most was the Wookiee map. To where on both sides there's like these towers above the water, and then if you went across the water, there was a little
Oh
island
yeah,
where all the vehicles would be. And
yeah,
so we will always camp on that hill and make sure no one would get a vehicle, dude. Oh, I love that game, man.
yeah. Dude, that game, the Battlefront. I don't
Yeah.
think there will ever be another Battlefront as good as that one. Like
No, no, no.
that one, like all the other ones after were like all right, but they just like, and especially now, I don't think anyone would ever play a game like that because how shooters are nowadays.
Right.
So and, like it was for that time, it was good, but for nowadays, I don't think a lot of people would like that type of game. So I don't think they would ever make a game like that. But yeah, like and also, I think it was Conquest or what do you call it, where you go and get the post.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
that's honestly the funnest mode I've ever played in a shooter game, man.
Dude,
That's
yes.
Oh man, that's just so good. I love that game so much.
Yeah, I loved it. And then there was the maps where it was like raining, and then I would
yeah.
always pick the guys with the jetpacks because you always had the advantage, man. And then, but if you were the enemies, I would always pick the droids that I forgot what they call, but the ones that would roll around, dude, straight up every single time, run up, put up the shoot, every single time. Loved it, man.
No, dude, oh man, that's just a good game, and like the vehicles in that game were really well like put into the game. It was a very good game.
Yeah.
I love it. There will never be a game like that ever again. Like if like I would say I remember like not a while ago, but like 2 years ago, I remember I sort of went back to it like 2 years ago, and I was like looking at the graphics, and I was like, dude, these graphics are like the worst graphics I've ever seen in my life. But like back then, they're like how the graphics were on the PS4 right now. It's weird how that does that, man.
I mean, that's all we knew, and by that time we were playing that, the 360 and the PS3 were already out. We were playing on Xbox, dude. Yeah. And we thought this looked amazing, man.
Yeah, those are like next gen graphics. So it was beautiful.
You have another one?
Yeah, so another one is Halo on the 360.
Dude, yes.
I remember me and you used to play that a lot when you would come home from work and we would just play that game. And I remember you weren't like a huge Halo fan, but you loved the multiplayer number 4.
Yeah.
And we would always play. And there was always this funny moment where like online where there's like some dumb guy would happen and like the vehicles. It was just a really fun game. I love that game a lot. It was really good. And the weapons in that game were pretty good too. I love it. It's a really good multiplayer game.
Yeah, that game reminds me so much like when I started working, and either before work or after work I come home and you'd be upstairs chilling and we'll be like, dude, put on some Halo, man. And it's because it was like the way I would just let loose. Yeah. And oh man, that game was really good. That Xbox 360 was given to us and it came with Halo. And we oh man. I remember we would just like that was really, really good. And we would usually be in teams. But always our goal was to just make fun of everybody we played with, dude. It was all we did, man.
Which is fun, man. It was so great. It was a great game.
I think another one for me, let's see. There was a lot of multiplayer games we played, dude. Oh, yeah. I know Mario Kart was one. There was
dude.
There's a lot of memories.
Okay, we gotta talk about that Mario Kart, the 64 one though, man.
We had that game. Okay, so Mario Kart. It started with 64, then we jumped to the Wii. But oh man, that game was so good. Yeah. It just whenever we finally got the drifting down, that's when like if you knew how to drift, that's when everything got into like the heat of the moment. And I remember there would be moments where like it was us and the kids and our rest of our siblings, and we'd be playing Mario Kart 4-player, dude. And you could barely see in that screen, man. But like we would be all up in there, and when it was all of us like getting close to the finish line, last lap, dude, we will be all standing up, man, and we'll be yelling, be like, no, and then just keep going, dude. Oh, the rush that he had, and then finally when he got boom, whoever won, masters, dude. It was great.
And the levels in that game were also really like a lot of the levels from the Wii, one that came on the Wii. A lot of them were from that game too. And all those levels in that game were good. But what's funny is that the graphics that were on there, like I always thought since it was like a hacked Xbox that the graphics would be like glitchy and all that.
Yeah.
And then I found out later on that those are the actual graphics for the game, which is funny. Because it used to be like glitchy and like the head would be all over the place. It was funny. But that's
cool. That was a great game.
I think another one for me is for sure we gotta throw some there. Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a great game. Dude, and I didn't start playing Call of Duty till I think Advanced Warfare was when I sort of started playing that game, like
Dude, yeah, that kind of
permanently.
was. I mean, well, so going back a little bit before that, we had the Xbox, and then that one broke, and then we had another one. Still, that one was also hacked up and everything, but had different Xbox games preloaded in it. So it
Mhm.
had the original Call of Duty in there.
Oh
But
yeah,
you and me never knew like, oh, this is Call of Duty, blah 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 blah
yeah.
blah. So I remember we played that one a little bit, but when we really really got into it, dude, it was Advanced Warfare, dude.
Mhm. Which is funny because that's like way late, man.
Yeah, that's
that was like
weird.
2 years ago.
That's like a decade jump, man.
I know. But yeah, dude, that game, the zombies in that game is what we would play the most. Well, no,
Yes.
but yeah, that zombies in that game was like, I haven't played that many zombies, but it feels like that was a really good zombies for sure.
Yeah.
That level, and I remember we'd be like, man, we need to buy the new DLC, but then we think about it, and a lot of people were saying how that one was the only good level in that game.
Right.
But
The
I
original
remember,
one.
yeah, and I remember the waves in that game, dude. We would go so high, and then
Yes.
we started getting into the online part. So we started playing online, and we'd go even further.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's a good one.
Dude, I remember that I had Black Ops 3. We both had Black Ops 3.
Mm.
And the zombies in that one, I don't like it.
I hate
Because
it.
it's not good. And I guess because
Yeah.
the first zombie game I've ever played is Advanced Warfare. And so, dude, that zombies was so intense. Like, we knew, we had our little things like, all right, the game started, boom, go get that,
Oh,
go
yeah.
get that, run, open the door, go get that, go get that. And,
And
then
then
whenever the swarms will come in,
Yeah.
and then we had the drones that we throw up and they will all swarm it. And dude, there's like hundreds and we're like just mowing them down, throwing
Yeah.
grenades like all at once. Like, we got this hundreds right here, throw grenades, boom, boom, boom. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Great,
And
dude. It was
I remember
great.
There was that bus that we would just run around so they can chase
Yeah.
us after, and they just get bigger and bigger, and then we throw the bombs, dude. Oh,
Dude,
man.
yes.
Yeah. And then
That was a good one.
a second mode inside of that game, like Advanced Warfare would always be one of my favorite Call of Duties for sure, because that's my first one. And the mode that we would play, I think even more than zombies, would be that one where it's like co-op against those like robot. Well, not robots. I think they're like
Oh,
robots.
yeah. It was just you and me, and we got to like face a swarm of just enemies, and it got
Yeah.
harder and harder over time.
Which was kind of like zombies, but a little bit different. But I remember that. That one we would play the most. And I remember we'd be
Dude.
like, whenever you get home from work, that would be another one we do. And we like hours long do we be doing a wave.
Every time, man.
Yeah.
Up to like 1 o'clock in the morning, we'll be doing
and,
it.
and I'd be like, dude, just one more round, man. Just one more round. And then, but like each time we would do it, it would take like up to like an hour.
Yeah.
So it would be crazy. And then I remember that day where we went past the limit. So we like started over again. We're like, yes, finally, we're done with that. We
Yeah.
finally finished it.
That was
Yeah.
good.
That's good.
I think another game for me is, and this is kind of like a weird one to throw out there because it's not really one of the greatest games of all time, but one for me is Slugfest. And that, that was the baseball game on the Xbox to where, like, dude, you did whatever you wanted to do,
Yeah.
man. You'd go, throw the ball, run, punch the dude, and then you can, dude, it was so great. And then we will always throw the ball at each other, like, just throw the ball at the guy, and dude, that game was so fun.
And then you could do it where like you throw it at him, and then for some reason you turn into like this fire guy. And
Yeah.
then you just
Like
it
you-
was random. Oh my gosh, that's a good game, man.
Yeah, that
But-
one was fun.
And then I remember you get like unlock these weird levels where like be aliens inside. It was
Yes, dude. You can be aliens, you can be clowns, you can be like a moose.
Oh, the clown.
It is weird, man.
Ew, dude, that's a great game. That's like super terrible. I don't know why we love that game, man. It was so terrible.
It's bad, but it's like, I don't know why we liked it. It was so fun.
Yeah, that was honestly that's the only baseball game that I would ever play. All the other baseball games I hate except for that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think one more I have to say is probably Medal of Honor. I remember that game.
yes, dude.
Because
Yes.
that was sort of the game. Because we had a Battlefront, but that was more of a third person. And then, but Medal of Honor was sort of my first person shooter.
Right.
And because dude, first person shooters is one of my favorite genres right now, and it would always be because that was my first like actual shooting game as a kid. I'd be like,
Right.
it's fun to kill people in games, and but yeah, dude, that game, I don't know, it was just like a simple FPS. It was like back in World War II or one or something like that. And I remember the campaign in that game. I used to play it, and it was a really good campaign. But yeah, the multiplayer, it was always me, you, and Brandon. And then it's funny because we would have 3 players on the Xbox, but on the Xbox, for a controller, we bought this adapter for so a PS2 controller can work on it,
Oh
but the
yeah,
but
dude.
the but the controls will be backwards on it. So
Yeah,
Brandon would always be super good at that, so he'd be stuck with the backwards controller. That was a good game. I
dude,
love
I
that
remember
game.
that. I remember that. That was a weird adapter, man.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, that's a great game.
I think for the last one for me, and dude, there's a lot of multiplayer games that we can say. Pokemon,
Um,
just a lot of them. Kirby's Epic Yarn, there's a lot. That one I liked a lot,
oh,
but
dude, Kirby's Epic Yarn,
that was
that's
more like
good.
co-op. But
Yeah.
I think the multiplayer game that I really liked a lot, that we really put our hearts into, was Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Budokai.
Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi. Dude, oh, we will break controllers with that game, man. Because
Oh
you remember
yeah.
when you do the ultimates, then you have to load it up. So you're supposed to do the analogs in a circle, but we're like screw that, and we're just like shake like just all like roll hard to make sure we got that thing all the way up. Dude, that was great. I love that
Oh
game.
yeah.
Um, every single time was Goku. And then I remember when we got Tenkaichi. I think Tenkaichi 2 is what we have now. Still,
Yeah.
that game is really really good, dude.
Yeah, we jumped from Tenkaichi to Tenkaichi like super quick because I remember our cousin brought it for us.
Yeah.
And then we started playing it. We're like, man, I really like this. And I was like, dude, I want to buy number 2. So like the week after that, we're like, dude, we're done with Tenkaichi. So we got number 2. And that game is like I was reading these comments the other day on YouTube, and they were saying how there's no good anime game like based on anime, and I was like, you know what? The only actual good game that's an anime game is Dragon Ball Z. But like the new ones are cheap, but the old ones are like that's the only actual good anime game I've ever played, which is funny.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stop you right there because this has to be my ultimate one. This has to be my ultimate favorite multiplayer game that we've had.
What is it?
Naruto Ultimate.
Oh, dude,
What's it called, dude?
Shippuden. No, no, no,
Shippuden
no, no,
Ultimate
no, no.
Ninja Storm 3 or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Boom, baby. Dude, that game went hard, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I forgot that, dude. That
That's
game
surprising.
went hard, dude. I will be always Naruto's dad, forgot his name. And that game has so much style, man. And I remember
Yeah.
I was at GameStop. I was like, dude, the Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, I want to get it, dude. I want to
Ninja
get
Storm
it.
4, yeah.
But I was kind of like, there's no point in getting it if you don't get it. That game, dude, oh, we
dude.
would be up buddy mashing all the time. Like I would even go online and look at the tips and tricks and like, this is the best way to get it done. And then we would, oh, dude, that game was so freaking good, man.
Yeah, I remember we first started off with the old Naruto game. Remember the first Naruto game we had? It
Oh
was
yeah,
the
was it for the Wii?
yeah, it was for the Wii, and it was like, but we had to use the classic controller, but it was like
Yeah.
really, it was really terrible, and that was like what sort of got us into the Naruto genre.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we got into the Ninja Storm 3 for the PS3. Am I right? Was it for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
PS3?
it was for the PS3.
Yeah, and then we started playing that, and we really loved it. And then I remember we got the 360. I was like, dude, I have to get this game. This was an amazing game. So
The
we
reason
got
why we got it for the 360 is because the PS3 broke.
yeah, and I remember that was our practically the main game I would play on the PS3, and so I was like, dude, I gotta get it for the Xbox, and I was like, all right, I got it, and we got the good one though with like all the characters and stuff. It was really good one,
Dude.
but dude, I remember the character I would be was Rock Lee. And dude, I remember when I would face some of you, I would
Oh, dude.
I would try to beat you out less than like 5 seconds. I like do all these tricks where you would not even be able to move. It was so crazy.
Whatever. No, we have to get Ninja Storm 4 and like just do a rematch again.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, that game dude was so great, and I remember like it was so fast paced too, because
Yeah.
like we would always start the game and we were kind of fair about it because every single time we started, we loaded up our chakra, and then once we went zoomed in and we knew the button mashing to where like you hit like like pivot to the left and then, but there was like moments where it was like like. Dude, it was like sometimes I didn't even know what I was doing, but I was just like letting my mind just control. Like I think I know what I'm doing, but just keep doing it, boy, because you're doing the right thing. But dude, but it was like we were so good at blocking that trying to get that ultimate in was really hard. And whenever we got the ultimate in was whenever you and me either like screwed up by just pushing the wrong button at the right time, and like our minds were so wired, dude, to where like we knew how to react in split seconds with that game.
Yeah.
So like the moment I knew you like screw up, like that split second, oh he screwed up, boom boom, like triangle score, blah blah blah, then get up. Oh man, that brings like so much memories, man.
Oh
that
yeah,
game,
dude.
that game is so. I love that game so much.
That's gonna be in my mind forever, dude. That's a great game.
That game will be so. That game's so awesome. That's gonna be the thumbnail for topic 2. But yeah, any final honorable mentions that you want to add?
Honorable mentions.
Just multiplayer games that you like the most. Just not doesn't have to be like you and me played.
Oh, League of Legends, of course.
There we go.
The community, dude, is so terrible, man. Like, honestly, dude, I have not seen a worse community than that community, but it's just so good of a game, man. Like, the only thing I love about it is so... I don't want to say balanced because everyone's going to hate on me, but, dude, I love that game. It's just a great game. I've spent over, I think I counted it was a month on that game I played.
Yeah.
Just imagine me sitting there for a straight month just playing that game, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, I think that one and... Yeah, because all the other games before League of Legends, I've been playing with you, so
yeah,
I think that's it.
I think for me, just my final honorable mentions would have to be Street Fighter, The Last of Us multiplayer. Yeah. Love The Last of Us multiplayer. I'm probably like one of the few who loves it.
Oh yeah. Is there people still playing on that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Really?
So, yeah, there's a lot of people still playing it. Yeah. Oh, and Rocket League. There we go. That was the last one.
Oh yeah, that's good. Especially the new mode. I've been actually that was something I forgot to throw in. I've been actually starting to play that way. There's so many good moments now that because of those moves, where, like you slam it in and like there's so many good team moves you can do. It's just that was a perfect mode for them to throw into. Yeah. Yeah,
but anyways, that's it, guys. It's I, Robert and Nicholas. This is the Indio Game Press, episode 9. We out, guys.
Down one. Nice.